Welcome back one more time. Once again, here we are. It's the Ned's Declassified School Survival Guide podcast. This is Kirk, and we got a full house today. Who's here? Everybody, go ahead. Announce yourselves.
What's up? It's Jacob.
I thought Jake was going to go second. I'll go third.
Sorry.
Oh, Trev, sorry. Oh.
No, that's fine. I wasn't sure. Like,
Jake's always here. Jake's always here. I should have just said that.
Kedrick's here as well.
And this time, Trevor,
And?
I actually made it.
That's right.
Yeah, the four-man pod
I'm
dream
back to back
has
because
finally happened.
everyone will recall that last time Trevor, there was a scheduling conflict, But this time Trevor, there was almost a scheduling conflict, but Trevor was able to pull through, do the yard work, the farm's all good, and then you can come inside.
Yeah, Trevor, you want to speak a little bit about the cow chores you had to do?
We had to pin cows today and take some to market. So rain was delaying
so when
us.
you pin them,
I don't know what pinning them is.
You pin them. It's like you have to like submit it and get it on the ground.
No, we have
we
have a series of fences and gates that are like they go into a little section, and then there's another gate to then peel some off to sort them. It's like a series of pockets of gates and fences.
Pen or pin?
PIN, right?
Pen, PEN.
Oh shit.
I thought it was
pin. Like, I'm going to pin you, Fat Johnny.
That's why I asked.
No, it's
Everybody
like
thought you said pin.
it's like gates and fences and stuff.
Yeah,
okay,
labyrinth,
right,
if you will.
yeah.
It's a pen.
Yeah, you're really more of a rancher then.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
they're ranchers.
Farming is the wrong word. That's a ranch for sure, baby.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, I wasn't going to crush you guys because it's like, well, you guys don't know, I guess. So I'm just going to go with what you think.
No, you can correct with terminology if you
absolutely.
feel the need.
I've been on the ranch. I've seen it.
Yeah.
You have.
I've fired a couple weapons on the ranch.
Once.
You
I
have?
think only once, but still.
You have fired a few weapons on the ranch. Kirk, you've only been once. Ked, you've yet to come.
I have yet to be there.
You were I'm pretty sure you were invited though, but
Ked's always invited.
Prior engagements, I'm always doing something on New Year's.
Lives in a different state.
Yeah,
that's fair.
I also do live in a different state. Yeah.
I just don't want there to be the myth that you're not invited. I want to make sure it's out there.
Of course.
You have an open invitation.
Exactly.
I'll drop by next weekend then. Sounds good.
There we go.
That sounds tight.
Go for it.
I will be in Gainesville actually.
Oh, cool.
The KED Florida tour. Labor Day, baby.
Very nice. Very nice. But yeah, today we watched the episodes Gross Bio Dissection / Upperclassmen, which is, Ked, you said was the worst rated episode on IMDb for Ned's?
Yeah, so I got some stats on this one.
Hit us up with them.
There were so many good stats on this episode on IMDb. I mean, you could just tell this was an outlier. The most ratings in Season 2. I mean, some of the most ratings, as far as the number of people rating, some of the most in the entire series, but the most in Season 2. And it is the worst rated episode of the entire series at a 6.3. I mean, there's a couple.
I think
with
undeserved.
There's like 2 or 3 I feel like with like 6s. This has a 6.3, which is the lowest of the whole series. Yeah. And
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Wait, if some of them have 6s, then wouldn't that be lower than 6.3? Is that what you just said?
No. Some have like in the 6.8 range, like 6.
Yeah, other 6 ratings.
Okay.
Some of them have like
6.8.
6.8.
Okay,
like
yeah.
Yeah, you'll see those.
6
but
point
like,
anything but 6.3.
6.3 and like the most ratings, like people are like singling this out for some reason. And I mean, Jake
which is
said
weird.
It. Trevor said it before we started recording. He gave it up. I don't think we all. I don't think any of us agree with what we're seeing there. I don't get it.
I didn't think it was like stand out great, but I didn't think it was the worst.
No. Yeah, exactly. It was not.
Man, I've only been on 2 eps, and I haven't watched a lot of Ned's in the recent years. But like, this seems funny. It's better than some of the Drake and Josh episodes we watched.
We're gonna get canceled by the Ned's community for this opinion. This is like
I
apparently
wonder,
this is a resounding opinion. We're gonna
maybe
come right
they
out.
Just need to
disagree.
Maybe there just needs to be a collective revisitation of this episode.
Yeah, I feel like I wonder if it's being rated lower because the first part only has one storyline instead of multiple storylines. Like Cookie really doesn't get his own time to shine, and usually Cook's storyline is pretty goofy.
They
and
branch
funny.
off.
That's
with,
true.
With
only I'm talking about in Bio Dissection. It's really just
That's
about.
That's what I'm saying. Cookie and Gordy kind of branch, but it is the same storyline. I agree.
It's the same storyline.
It's the same general. Yeah.
I mean, it's same general storyline, but separate like facts. Like one's about trying to prevent dissection altogether, and the other two are just trying to find a frog.
Yeah. I mean,
So
that's really the only thing I could think of that felt different than the other episodes,
Like uneven.
you know,
Yeah, I don't
in
know.
structure. Yeah. But yeah, so you guys we want to jump right into it, the beginning of the episode.
Well, right off the bat, first I want to address, never once ever in my life have I ever dissected anything, including a frog. I don't know
I
about
have.
y'all.
Okay, yeah,
Really?
no, that's
Wow.
one of my first notes is actually addressing the IRL experience. That's what I thought of first.
Yeah, we did it
I
at
don't
Palm
ever-
Harbor Middle School, right, kid?
Oh yeah, seventh. I wrote it. It was. I know he said. I know everyone's excited or whatever because it starts out with the T-shirt, but I said I wrote I was pumped for a dissection. I mean, I was pretty pumped.
Yeah.
I didn't do a frog at my school. We did a
You did a dog.
I believe it was a pig fetus.
I did it
Really?
in 7th grade. It was
Yeah.
McAllister because she was my math teacher and then she became my science teacher, and I had her back-to-back years in different classes.
Speaking
but
of
it was 7th
speaking
grade.
of pigs, they did bring in the pig lung. I don't know if
They
they
did.
did that with your school too, kid. Yeah, though it's like
cancer?
the smoker's pig lung. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I saw something like that.
Yep.
But I don't think unless I completely forgot it or wiped it from my memory.
No,
I don't
yeah, I
remember
did
ever
frog
seeing
dissection in
smokers
7th
pig
grade.
lung?
Yep.
I'm pretty sure we dissected more than one thing, Ked. Didn't we dissect other
Probably.
stuff? I thought we dissected like some sort of worm too.
That sounds about right. Yeah, I remember the worm. I didn't. Oh man, I didn't like that. I remember the
I
frog.
mean, it was mostly
the
just
frog
like
was
dirt
like
We
inside
did-
of it.
regular.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. No, go ahead.
We did the
Trevor.
worm as well at my school. Now that you mention it, I do remember doing a worm, but the pig
the worm, you were
fetus,
dancing?
I very explicitly remember, and I remember other classes in my high school were able to do a shark dissection.
Whoa.
Oh, shit, that's so exotic.
Like
I
a
think
like
it
a
was-
baby shark or like a
I think
full
so.
size great white.
No,
Like
it was
those
like
sharks in formaldehyde that you can buy at the boardwalk.
Those
I
are
guess
yeah,
so.
you can do that. Yeah, you can buy a ton of shit in formaldehyde.
You could
Formaldehyde
buy,
at the
dude. You could buy
boardwalk.
anything at a boardwalk.
Yeah, there's a lot of formaldehyde animals. Tough.
I remember them talking about that because I asked in one of my classes to like my science teacher. I was like, "What's the deal with like dissections or whatever?" It was a marine biology class gets to do sharks, and I'm like,
So what's the deal with dissection?
"That's crazy," because we only ever did it in my middle school. I went to like a private Catholic middle school though, so
They didn't believe in dissection
Oh,
in your Catholic.
no, that's
middle
where we
school?
dig the pig fetus.
Oh.
They were like, that'll be more.
They weren't against the having the fetus in class.
Well, they
No,
eat meat
it's a
and
pig.
stuff, like animals or whatever.
It's not a person;
Who
it's an
fucking
animal.
cares, dude?
They don't care. Yeah.
That's not a live person. That's
Right
not
on, brother. Right on, brother.
They brought in a
I
human
mean, we're
fetus.
pro-life, but let's not.
Jesus.
And we
let's not be
dissected it.
ridiculous.
Oh my god.
It was fucked.
No, but that's
Oh,
what Susie
research.
thinks. Susie in the episode, she comes out. She thinks it's immoral.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to do it.
I do actually want to say something
a
before we
Quaker.
dive into the episode. Talking
ahead.
about formaldehyde reminded
down.
me when I was a kid. I had this bizarre neighbor that he was like this really weird mechanic guy, and he had a son who was also a strange guy. We used to have rock fights with him. We would throw rocks at each other. And in
That's
their
alarming.
backyard.
What?
Yeah, it was bizarre.
That's
They-
way worse than what we did as kids.
Was this the guy that
It
lived
only
on
ever
the-
happened
like
one
across-
time.
Was this the guy that lived like across from your parents?
No, he lived
Like
a
in the
couple houses
backside?
over on the other side of the nun's house where there's somebody else living there now.
Oh.
whatever.
But yeah, he in this backyard they had this weird shed that like had a bunch of animals in formaldehyde. Like it was like just jars
a
of
freak
like
show.
these like baby snakes and like weird lizards and shit. Yeah, it was really weird. That shit creeped me the fuck out as a kid. I should have never
They
gone
probably-
over there.
That's super. Yeah, you might have been. One
I
of
mean,
those
thinking
jars.
about it now, that sounds like a bunch of like serial killers, honestly.
I
But
bet
you
they
know,
have
what
it
can you
set
really
up like,
do?
can
They
you do?
probably
They
do
were
like
good
a
folks.
Halloween thing, like a haunted house or some shit.
Yeah, he didn't though. It was just his bizarre rusted ass shed in the
It's
backyard.
just his-
Yeah,
stuff.
but he didn't.
That's for him. It's all for
Yeah.
his personal love.
And he had like a big boat that we used to play on, a really run-down boat.
Nice.
Of course.
Oh my.
Your neighborhood.
But yeah, go ahead with the rest of the show. I just kind of thought about it. I had like a flashback.
Yeah, Susie is basically the only one that comes out as hardcore. Like, I don't want to do this because it's wrong. It's a wrong thing to do to take this frog's life for science, for my meager science. Like, because really everybody already knows this. This is not new information. Nope. no seventh grader. Got fifth grader on the mind because of the second part of this episode, but no seventh grader is going to, discover anything new by dissecting a frog. Maybe inside their own brain, I guess.
You don't think so?
Connection. No, they might. You think that they're gonna make a groundbreaking like they're gonna figure something out that no one in the world has figured out, no biologist has figured out?
No, I don't think it's about figuring out stuff about the animal. I think it's about discovering whether you enjoy that type of science, like anatomy. Because that's what he's talking about. He's like, Ned, maybe you'll want to become a doctor.
That's what Cookie said. They're just like humans in the type of organs they have, so you're just seeing miniature versions of it.
Yeah. You're not trying to discover things.
It's the practical, like it's really cementing home the whole thing because it's like a very physical, real thing.
You get a scalpel,
Yeah. And like they point out later, like it's not like they're killing the frog. These frogs are already dead. They're dead and prepackaged in formaldehyde.
Yeah, he said it came
from
they came from a factory. The factory was pretty cool. He's like, I get them in formaldehyde from a factory.
These are factory frogs.
Yeah, before he said that, I was like, I wrote down, I was like, this makes no sense. Why is there one frog for an entire class?
Yeah.
Because like the whole first part of the episodes are like worried about this living frog in front of them.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, he's like, we're not gonna slaughter it,
That's what everybody though. In a lot of media, when people talk about frog dissections, it's always like portrayed as though you're gonna fucking kill the frog by slitting its.
That's
throat.
never the case. It's just never the case.
You're just complicit by demanding the act.
I could see it happening in the 70s.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, there was like a Muppet movie or something where it happens, where like where there's like a frog.
Yeah, so like the dissection is like in May, right before summer. You have it as the class pet all year, and then you get to dissect it as a class.
That's fucked. That would be last day of class. We're slaughtering it. The frog's all tied up. You're like, what the fuck?
That's like a psychopathic school. Like that's like if they want to
that's like those like
up for life.
That's like those schools that they're like doing the child like spy training things in. It's like, this is the class pet. All right, now kill it.
Yeah.
That's fucked. Oh, are you talking about Kingsman, right?
Oh yeah, I
Kingsman
forgot
reference?
about that. No, there wasn't originally, but yeah, totally it would be.
They say that's like a thing with a bunch of stuff. They say I've heard that a bunch, like where they would give you a puppy and you have to raise it and then you have to kill it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly what Kingsman is.
Whatever.
That's in Game of Thrones.
In the whatever branch of
that was in Game of Thrones.
Be in the Israeli military, or
the
to be in the Navy SEALs or some shit, or whatever.
For the Unsullied, yeah, they did that.
Or in Game of Thrones.
Really?
Oh
yeah,
they do. Yeah. That's true. I was like, what? I couldn't remember what you were talking about, Ked, and I was like, right, the Unsullied.
Yeah, the Unsullied definitely did that.
They do some fucked up shit.
I guess that's I didn't know that was a trope, but that makes sense.
I think it's a trope, but Ned wants Susie to love him. He says that explicitly.
Yeah.
Which
we already knew
that he's doing this.
Well, hell yeah, dude.
When she very obviously, but she like even state that she's still dating somebody like. I wasn't aware that she was because maybe they mentioned it in other episodes.
I was not aware of that either from previous episodes.
It went assumed.
Barely
did not know
mentioned.
it. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No,
Well,
it's only assumed. It's not explicitly stated until this episode.
Yeah, because it was set up, and the season finale of season 1, and then it carried to the first episode of season 2, and then pretty much not mentioned really until now.
Doesn't come up.
I mean, if it's not mentioned, then that's still the case, I guess. But
yeah, that's
it's like the Mindy stuff from Drake and Josh, where she like goes away for episodes.
I think this seems more consistent than the Mindy stuff, though, right?
No, definitely not.
No?
I mean, I'll say yes, just in that really big shrimps ending, like, because how they made those episodes out of order towards the end, it really kind of messed up the continuity with Mindy.
That wasn't the problem with the creators, though. That was the problem with the people who was distributing the episode. Fuck you, Nickelodeon corporate. You're fucking up the continuity
that is
and
true.
the honor of Drake and Josh.
You have no honor!
They fucked up his vision for Drake and Josh.
True.
But
find out that
but yeah, it's not mentioned much.
No, we find out Cookie he proclaims that he's done hundreds of dissections. I think later we find out, and originally he says that you're like, oh, okay, I didn't know that. This is the first time that they hint at Cookie being like maybe a serial killer or something like that. Like
they do make it seem like that at first.
At first, yeah, but I guess they're virtual dissections. We find out later. Would that become the big crux of the episode?
Yes. But like Ned is trapped between Mose and Susie because Mose and him have been talking about doing. Yeah, they've been talking about doing this dissection the whole like couple of years or whatever. They're like, yeah, we're gonna do the dissection together. It'd be
They've been
great.
hyping it up that long?
I don't know. That's what it seemed like.
Weird.
Yeah, that's what they were talking about. Yeah, at least
like
from the beginning of the year. But speaking of the virtual stuff,
like,
did you guys?
We're gonna have to.
7th grade.
Did you guys ever do any virtual operation or dissection stuff?
No, not that either.
I think I remember doing a virtual frog at one point. It was lame.
I remember doing a virtual kneecap surgery.
Oh.
Holy shit.
It was very, very like simple and cartoony, but it was a thing that I did for sure.
I had the Operation board game.
Very nice.
That's about it.
Hard game.
Yeah.
It's about.
Tough game.
It sounds
man.
like what you did is about as helpful. It's about as good at preparing you to be a doctor as the Operation board game.
I think I tried Surgeon Simulator one time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's a great game. I also played that game.
The second one just came out.
That's really, really a throwback.
Just take a guy's brain out, chuck a new one in there. It's good to go.
Yeah, he's Gucci.
Yeah, that game was hard.
The back of the ambulance with everything bouncing around.
That's fucked.
Ned devises a plot to steal the frog. I guess on the honor of Susie. He wants to be honorable in her eyes.
She told him to. That's why he did it.
She told him it was her idea.
Yeah, because remember she's got the walkie-talkie.
Yeah, there's a bunch of quick cuts where he's like, "I'm not gonna do that," and then it like cuts to him doing that thing. He was like,
so she's culpable.
She's like, or Mose said, if you if she told you to save the frog, you would, and then like he was like, no, I wouldn't, and then it cuts to him saving the frog with Gordy.
Listen, we all know Ned is not operating mentally sound in this time right now. He has not enough brain in his. He has not enough blood in his brain right now.
Okay, I was wondering when that was going to come out. Yep. But like, true. I mean, yeah, teenage hormonal mindsets are very, very bad. Like,
yeah, man, the show's just trying to be realistic,
and it is.
And to be fair, it super is.
Oh yeah, always is.
I imagine Ned teams up with Gordy. Is Gordy the one that opens the door to Sweeney's office and lets him in?
Yes,
he's also the one that
it doesn't
messes
show
with
that,
the chair.
Yeah. No, yes. Gordy's idea and what he wants to do is, like you said, rig Sweeney's chair to collapse when sat in. Now, that could really reasonably and realistically probably put a hurting on Sweeney, maybe kill him, maybe paralyze him if he hits the floor.
He's an old guy. Kill him, but you can fuck up his hip. You know.
Yeah, he could break his hip.
His ears are gonna start bleeding when he hits the floor.
He might have like a back problem already.
Sweeney.
You know? Yeah, kill him.
Just exacerbate the back problem.
That would be insane.
Just the right way, like $1 million baby. Like he hits something on his neck.
Oh, that's true. That is true.
He $1 million babies him.
It's $1 million to one shot, Doc.
They honestly they missed the chance to do that in this episode.
I mean, that movie was probably on the mind at this time, and that was around the same time.
Yeah, I think it was around the same time. Yeah, that would have been great.
That's
It's Always Sunny did an ep like it. Ned should have done it.
There was a bunch of spoofs. Yeah. This show's not impervious to parody. They do it.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
so.
True.
They steal the frog, and then he gives it to Gordy, Cookie, basically just Gordy and Cookie, who are supposedly going to go like release it in the park, and then they don't, and they instead build it a hot tub.
That shit is hilarious.
It's not just
amazing.
a hot tub, it's a whole resort. Yeah, I loved it. Oh man, it looked so dope.
And the frog was not the same in the wides, as you guys well pointed out.
Yeah, so let's get into that. In the wide shot, like you said, it's this less realistic, larger, more bloated, fucked up looking, like
massive
a big bullfrog.
Like they made him like super
with
fat.
goit.
Yeah.
With gout.
With gout.
And then in the close-up shots, it's a more realistic, thinner frog.
I mean,
I think it's a real frog.
It's real. Yeah.
The close-up is always the frog from the other shots. Yeah, it's the same frog as the other shots.
The close-up, it's a real frog. They didn't even try to make the fake frog.
They made the
like
fake frog just completely different. Yeah, there's only one fake frog I think in the entire episode, and that's the one that's like in the pool, in the resort.
I think that's also a fake frog.
I will say, I'm sure they had more than one frog.
Yeah. This is when you see it like a lot.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a fake frog also when the cafeteria thing and she's like going to scrape the spinach into the bowl.
For sure.
And isn't looking and she just grabs the frog and puts it in the bowl. I think that was the fake one as well.
Yeah,
That
I will
would make a
agree
lot
with
of
that. I
sense.
think definitely. There's no way they'd put a real frog in there.
I was
they
like
might.
thinking. I'm thinking like I wonder like you think on set like the frog is being treated like with the utmost of respect and everything because it's like a SAG.
I think they
frog.
kind of have to.
No, I know
well,
they
not
do.
not because of
It's
Well,
funny.
the
SAG.
regulations on movie sets for animals are crazy. Yeah, they're probably crazy. I mean, I'm
Yeah, like
sure
the
they're
professional
insane.
handler and everything I'm
Yeah,
sure
you have
was
to have a
on
bunch of
set
people
and all
back
that
then.
stuff.
Even in 05.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that long ago.
I don't think that was early for animal rights.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
No, animals have been movies as long as movies have been a thing.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. But so they like get the frog.
Ned thinks that it's manly to dissect. I think Mose gets in Ned's
Which is
head and
weird.
gets him to think that it's like the manly thing to do is to dissect.
Isn't that
this
odd?
frog.
I feel like that's odd.
It's a little weird. to
Yeah,
me,
I don't 100% understand it, honestly.
Like
Is
it's
it
manly
just
to
because-
dissect this.
Like,
It's
is
just
it
like
because
you're a
blood and
pussy if
guts
you
is
don't
supposed
do
to
it?
be manly?
Huh?
It's just you're a pussy if you don't do it. You fucking bitch.
Yeah, what are you, squeamish? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, like what are you? Yeah, what are you?
Yeah.
You gonna not do it? You know, that kind of thing.
I mean, I guess.
What are you scared?
Yeah, man.
'Cause,
Maybe
you know,
I
I mean,
freaking
he was
am.
scared. Yeah.
I mean,
Like,
to
you
be
gotta
fair,
pee,
they
man,
both
but I guess you're
chickened
just not a
out.
little puss.
Yeah,
But-
exactly. Spoiler, but you know.
We've been all over the
Mose-
place with this episode.
I also it seems like Mose like weirdly really wants to dissect.
I think it's more about the fact that she's upset that her friend is bailing on her
Yeah.
to go.
She's always
This thing
got
that
the
they
right,
discussed
the
since
right
they were in
head
fourth
on
grade.
these episodes. She's always got the right like mindset.
Yeah, she's absolutely in the
I
right.
think I think she should be more understanding.
Oh yeah.
They're not
Yeah, no one
dating.
wants
She
to
get
has
after
no
it, man.
obligation.
Yeah, well,
he's got no
the
obligation to
underlying
her
drive
since
for
they're
this,
not
like, whole
dating.
season, right? I mean, you know, there's a lot of tension.
Listen,
there.
and
There's
we
always
all
a lot of
s-
tension.
There
what do
is.
you-
There's a lot of tension.
Listen,
this
I have a
episode.
question for all of you. What do you think? Do you think that Mose, in her heart of hearts, wants Ned at this point, or you think
Oh
that
yeah,
she
at this
is
point,
really,
I
like,
think
Ned
they're
is in
like
the
At this
driving
point-
up to it. Yeah, I think this
at
is
this
this is a
point,
hard
no.
ramp.
I think at this
really?
point,
At this-
no.
I think at this point, no.
I think at this point, yes.
I
I
think-
think they're pointing at it a
or
lot.
she doesn't know that she wants it. She
I
doesn't
think
know.
that they're just friends, but there's still like that aspect of this is my
I
friend.
think the show's starting to explore that like arc.
tension?
I think I think the tension's definitely there this whole episode. I do.
I can feel the tension.
Yeah, I mean, there's that shot
I
where
can
he's
see-
got like both of. There's numerous times where they're like actually fighting over him. Like,
I can see like the tiniest kernel of it. So like I think it's the tiniest little bit there, but for the most part I think it's the possession over this is my friend, you're not going to take him away from me just because you're some girl.
Do you
kind of
guys
thing.
think the writers in this point of the season were thinking ahead to season 3 being like, listen, we're going to shake some shit up and we're going to throw this shit from left field and they're going to be
There
a
had to have
couple.
been
You think they were
something-
driving
there had
that?
There had to have been some thought.
I think
I think
from the
they've got that
inception
idea.
of this show.
I don't think there was any thought. I don't.
No?
I think from like the get-go of this show, they were like, all right, we have the group of 3. It's the 2 guys and the girl. The 2 main, like the main guy
Two
and the girl
main.
are gonna, the main guy and the girl are gonna end up together at some
Cookie's the main
point.
character, yeah.
That's gonna happen. Like they knew it. They knew that Ned and Mose were gonna end up at some point together.
Yeah,
But
I
do you
that's
think there's
probably
any
the case.
scenario where Ned?
I think
do
they
you
think
think
about
there's
it
any
on a
scenario
more
where
high level.
Mose is like, yeah, Ned, I know you want to get with someone. I'm gonna be supportive in you in this, like, and she kind of helps. She's a wingman to him in a way.
Oh,
Or
she
that never
definitely is
happens.
at this stage. I don't think she's at the level of actively pursuing. I think it's just like a little tiny like itch.
She's not
You know,
cock
way in
blocking
the
him
mouth.
either, though.
No, absolutely not.
I don't think she has an itch. I don't think she has an itch for Ned.
I think it's
No way.
starting to
I
brew.
think
I,
there's
don't
a-
think she
this-
does either, but I think it's starting to brew.
The teeniest, tiniest, the littlest itch that you can't even feel. It's just way back there. Just like
I
Hey,
guess,
this-
but she doesn't know
guess,
it.
I
She doesn't
guess.
know it yet, but it's there.
no, yeah. I'm not saying she's aware of it. I'm saying there's something there.
I know the writers know
But most
at this
of-
point for sure. James doesn't think that.
The
but I
writers,
definitely-
yeah.
the writers right now have an insane map up, and it's got a bunch of yarn string pointing everywhere.
Yeah, I just think they know they're slowly building.
They
like,
have it planned out
have
to be a
plan for
9-season
season 3
show.
At this point, right?
They have a plan for a 9-season show.
You're always
A
thinking in
9-season
the
arc.
back of your mind. You're thinking about the season 3 arc because you got to build up to it in some way.
I think that also depends, though, Ked, whether they knew they were going to be greenlit for a third season.
I mean, I think no matter what, you got to build up to it.
Set up,
like, you can't just go season to season when you're doing a show. Like,
you can.
all the time.
You totally can with a kid's show.
They do it.
Unless
It's
they
done
were,
all the
unless,
time.
can.
To
It's
my
just suffers.
understanding.
They
Unless
want to
they
be
were
more
told-
than that, man. They want to
Dude.
be a saga.
Unless they were told that they were gonna have a 3-season like green light
thing,
then they were gonna be doing season by season, episode by episode.
You think they knew that?
There's no
you
way.
Think they knew? I think they might have known.
The show was doing
well.
shows are. Some
it's not
shows are
Dan
given
Schneider
a
though, so
whole-
if it was Dan Schneider, it would have been greenlit 3 seasons off bat.
True.
But since it wasn't Dan Schneider,
It's not Schneider.
hey,
I think a lot of these shows
Scott
are
Fellas?
given like a very like broad chance. So, like they're like, we'll do a season, we'll see. They're not told
That is
for
true.
sure. They're like that's the whole like I've talked about this on other stuff before. That's the whole problem with Legend of Korra is that they were told
Oof.
you get one season.
Ugh.
And then they finished that season and they were like, all right, fine, you get another one. But that's it. And so they kept writing these seasons thinking they're not getting another one. So it suffers for that. I think these shows,
yeah, I'm on
they're
season
given
2
a more
right now.
they're given a more open-ended thing where it's like, hey, if it does well, you get another season. And like, all right, we're going to write the best we can and hope for another season. You know what I mean? I think that's what Ned's was at, it was seeing where the ratings were taking them, if they were going to be carried on for another season or not.
I mean, that's one of the things that makes Avatar The Last Airbender so great is that they had, from pitch meeting, a 3-season arc in mind.
Yes.
Like,
and that's what makes it amazing
that's what
because
makes it a
all these
masterpiece.
plots and character development develop over these 3 seasons.
Breaking Bad.
But
Oh yeah.
did
I would
Breaking
like to
Bad
know.
have a set arc? I thought the last season was added on.
That's a good question. Is that an example of you can do it right where you don't know what's going to happen?
You can always.
What,
I feel
isn't
like
that
with a
the
show like
case,
Breaking
Ked?
Bad, you can always write more villains, right?
I feel like you would
You
know,
can always
Ken.
just make
I
it
don't
another
know.
show.
No, I
Yeah.
don't. That's actually I'm my
I thought the
curiosity
last season
is
was
piqued by
added
that
on.
question. I was thinking about it real hard. I was like, man, I was like thinking about the Gus Fring. You know, I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Well, no spoilerinos. I mean,
I was just thinking about the Gus Fring. You know, the whole arc.
yeah. Man, I haven't watched that show in forever.
Yeah, that's a show that I feel like I could
Do a
always watch
podcast
again.
on that.
Yeah. Oh
is a
man,
good
yeah,
one.
that'd be a great. Oh, there's so much to talk about that one.
We find out that Sweeney bought that live frog. I think we said this earlier, but we find out explicitly in the show. He comes into the janitor closet. He's like, "What's going on in here? Did you guys steal my frog? Because that's a little frog-sized resort that you have there built on the table."
Yeah.
And they're like, "Yeah, well, no." And then, but he's like, "Yeah, well, I bought that frog as a pet because the frogs that we dissect, like we've addressed already, coming from aldehyde from the factory or whatever. Please return the frog because he's my pet and our pet, and I love him." And then he leaves.
And then they get freaked out.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
because they lose
what
the
else
frog.
is there
They
about
lost,
this episode?
They lost the frog.
They lose the
That's what
frog. They
happens.
get the frog back, you know?
Yeah. It's
There's
not-
a whole
yeah,
cream
right.
cream spinach incident.
That's like the
true.
cookie,
That's-
like quote unquote storyline with Gordy, where they're trying to get him.
Oh, by the way, they call the frog P. Froggy.
Yeah, P Frog.
Yeah, what I only
like it.
heard that at the end. Did they say that more than one time?
Cookie says it when he's looking for it in the cafeteria before the lunch lady is like, "Get out of here, you motherfuckers!"
And I think Gordy
He's like,
Gordy
"P.
says
Froggy."
it too.
Samuel.
What the fuck?
By the end of the episode, everybody calls him P. Froggy, even Sweeney.
Yeah, which is great. He's named after Cook. If you don't know, Trevor, P. Cookie is an alter ego of Cook when he dresses like P. Diddy or like Missy Elliott.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's
I
when
don't
he wears
remember
like
that at
sweats
all.
and a chain.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he does
And
wear
the-
the
and the
sweat get up.
sunglasses.
Yep.
Yeah, that's P. Cookie. That's where the reference is at.
Wow. I don't remember that at all.
It's a
from
deep
this
cut
show.
reference.
I need to
The
go
lunch
back
lady
and watch
scares
it
them
all,
out
I
of the
guess.
lunch lady scares them out of the cafeteria. Then she's making the cream spinach, which is like basically she puts a bunch of spinach and a bunch of cream cheese or whatever the shit into like a bowl in the mixing bowl and mixes it up. We see
Yeah,
Froggy.
she's mixing it in a stand
blender.
mixer, not industrial sized.
Yeah.
I
No.
was
Yeah, that was
surprised
just like
how
a
small it was.
KitchenAid.
Like you
Yeah,
would
it was
make,
one
like,
that
cookie
anyone
dough
could
in.
have.
She's
Yeah,
got
it
to do
was weird.
17 batches.
She's cooking for a whole goddamn school.
Yeah,
How the
they
hell
all
is
had
she
a
going to be
huge
able to do
plate
it?
of it.
She didn't
Yep.
seem
Yeah,
in a
like-
hurry either. She was like chilling.
Well, that was her
That
mom's
would've
recipe,
taken-
she was saying.
Hours. And hours to make that much cream spinach. Like the
That's
amount
why
that
they call
was
it
just
soul food, baby.
Okay.
Is cream spinach considered soul food?
I don't think so.
I
Yeah,
wouldn't.
sure.
I didn't think it was,
think it
but
might
I
be.
don't know.
Green.
I know it's southern.
Green's
I
got a
know.
lot
I
of
know it's
fat
a
in it.
southern thing.
Why not?
Right on.
Okay,
I'll
that's
agree
fair.
to it.
Anyways,
But yeah, we see her
But yeah.
scoop the frog into the thing. We see him go in the mixing bowl, and then Gordy and Cookie
he
are
jumps
watching
out
from
when
the
no one's
rafters.
looking, so Gordy and Cookie thinks it got mixed in.
Yeah, they watch in horror as she
And then they
pans.
run into the cafeteria later.
But the
and
only person
hit-
they warn is Ned. They don't.
No, they
let
also hit
anyone else-
random
they-
people's
they ba- they're
cream
bashing-
spinach.
They're bashing lunch
Oh,
trays.
I
out of
missed
people's
that.
hands.
I must have been taking a note.
yeah.
That's
I
always
missed
the
that as
fucking
well.
weakness.
I was
It's
like,
like
you
a
know what? It
Soylent
was
Green is people moment.
yeah.
No, they definitely bashed like multiple trays of cream spinach
Okay, I
onto
didn't
the
notice that.
ground.
That's kind of funny.
Cookie even grabbed one from somebody else and like took it and just slammed it into the floor and then kept running.
I'm gonna put an asterisk next to that because half the audience here in the podcast didn't see it. So
Well, it's not my fault you weren't paying
happened,
attention.
sounds like fake news.
Yeah. That'll fit your narrative.
Get him, dude.
Yeah, though in slow motion we see Ned take the bite, and they're like, "No!" And Gordy takes, slides down the table and bashes out a hand. They're like, They put Froggy in the thing and blended him up." Ah! And then that's when Froggy comes on the table. He just shows up. He goes, "Ribbit." He shows up.
And no one saw him before that? Like, that's the crazy thing.
Ned
he just
did.
show
Ned
up
was
out
about
of
to
nowhere.
have lunch with him.
Oh, I guess
He's like-
maybe
he's
Ned
like
was just
Froggy.
like...
Yeah, he's like, Froggy's been here
'Cause-
the whole time.
Because Susie and Mose are sitting at two other tables, and they both look at him, and he's just like, nope, and just walks off. I guess he saw Froggy at that table and was like, I'm going to chill with Frog.
And like, that's my boy.
They kind of are. They're both like pitting him against each other. It's like, but to be fair, Mose is 100% right, because Susie's not even like his girlfriend or anything. He's just some
Yeah,
girl.
Susie kind
And
of.
she's manipulating him so bad.
Yeah, she fucks him up in this. I do not like what she does at all. It's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, she knows.
Though
what
I
she's
did
doing.
notice, I did
Definitely
want to
uses him.
address, although the frog did not get blended into the cream spinach, all the food is absolutely 100% contaminated and possibly, with salmonella
for sure.
or
Yep.
something.
Oh, absolutely.
No one
Everybody's
should be eating any
getting
of it.
warts on their tongues.
It's not a toad, it's a frog.
It's all contaminated, man.
Yeah.
Super contaminated.
But yeah,
But
back-
also the wart thing's not true, by the way.
the
That's not how
wart
that
thing's
works.
not true.
That's what I hear.
No.
That's what people say.
Oh, really?
That's what people like you say.
Oh, really?
Toad
Yeah, really.
defenders.
You telling me?
I live in the-
Are you telling me if I was hanging out
You're a
with like 10
toady.
or 15 toads, I'm rolling around with them on the ground, I wouldn't get a single wart?
Rolling around with them. they're
Probably
all over
not.
me, we're
He might be
having fun.
poisonous. You might get sick.
Yeah, you'll probably get sick or something, but you won't
Yeah,
get...
Willie get a wart,
wart.
too.
Will I get a wart?
No, you will not get a
I
wart.
think you get a
But did
wart.
you
Really?
know
you
that
pick up
duct
a
tape
wart.
will get rid of warts?
Yes, because I've had warts.
Me
and-
too. I used to get them on my
Was
elbow.
it from a toad?
Ooh.
No, they
yes,
weren't. I had
it was.
one.
I used to.
I had
used
one
to
like
do,
right here on the palm of my hand.
What is
Ooh,
the
that's
wrestling move where
ridiculous.
you drop your shoulder on the person? What is that called?
The
Pile-
people's elbow.
You do that to the toad, and then you get the thing.
Oh, yeah, pile driver. Yeah.
Smash the toad.
people's elbow.
What is the
people's-
people's
yeah, the
elbow?
rock.
know
the
what
people's
peop-
elbow.
Oh, yeah, the rock. That's
Can
right.
you smell what the rock is cooking,
It's
dude?
cooking. It's the people's. I don't even watch wrestling. I just.
No,
Me and Kirk
knew
watched
was
it
the
one
Rock,
time.
because he's, the people's guy.
Yeah, the people's elbow, man.
Yeah, it's
But,
hilarious.
That's
um,
crazy.
That's
no,
pretty
yeah,
much where
warts
we find
suck.
out about the virtual dissections, Cookie's virtual dissections that he's doing.
Yeah, because
Hundreds
eventually
of them.
he's like, "Did you like dissect a bunch of stuff?" And Cookie's like, "They was just on a website for fun," and it was like, "That's kind of weird, Cookie, but still, but all right,
No, I understand that shit. Yeah.
you're a nerd.
And it's
That's
also-
fine."
Yeah, it's also around that time where we find out Susie is still with Loomer.
Yep.
Yeah, because he goes in for a kiss and Susie denies it hard.
Yeah, after he
because
saves
they
the
say he
frogs
did-
by mentioning the virtual option, he's like,
Yeah,
I did
after
it.
he
Now
saves the
kiss.
frickin' day.
He saves
Dude,
the day.
saves
He
the
turns
day.
for a kiss and gets snubbed.
Let me just get
She
the
knew what she was
hand.
doing.
Come on, Susie.
Oh my god.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's good.
Ned's
why
Kirk.
Anyways.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So who do we want to go first?
But Susie,
Trev, what'd
Susie,
you think?
Honorable.
Oh,
Susie's a loyal. She's not going to two-time loomer. So props.
that's
They're not
fair, I
even
guess.
dating anymore, dude.
Yeah,
Billy
well,
didn't look at her a single
Hey,
time.
yes, they are. Loomer was not
Very
in this episode
technically.
at all.
Yeah, very technically. He was in the background.
Is he not?
He was excited for the dissection.
Isn't he the bully?
He passed
Oh,
out
he
when
was?
the squeamish
Oh, that's
guy.
right. That's right. I saw him.
The
Yeah,
squeamish
Also,
guy ended up dissecting, and he passed out because he ended up being squeamish. It was like, don't make fun of the squeamish guys if you're squeamish too. They got the message.
Yeah, it's a good lesson.
Yeah, the bully's always
also,
there to
doesn't
like, pick
he-
on. They always show the bully getting kind of wrecked.
Getting fucked,
Yeah.
yeah.
So wait, doesn't he eat one of the flyers that Susie
Yeah,
and
he
Ned
eats
are
one of
handing
them.
out?
Yeah.
Sure.
So why is he eating the flyer his girlfriend's trying
Because
to...
it makes no
Dog,
sense.
it's just a
I'm
formality.
pissed.
The
You know what?
relationship
He's
at this
very-
point.
You know what? I'm with the
It's a green card.
IMDb. I'm with the IMDb users. She makes no sense. I'm pissed.
I don't know. I thought this was a solid
Well, hold on.
7.
The end of the episode, Sweeney is like, you guys are right. P. Froggy does belong in the wild, so let's take him out front of the school. and
Oh,
let
right,
him go.
Right,
Oh,
I
right,
forgot
right.
about that.
Born free.
Yeah, that's the first
Yeah,
time
you
we
guys
hear
know
that
the
song.
frog
I
didn't
know
actually
that
die,
song
right?
comes up again.
You
That
guys
song comes
know
up
the
a few
frog
times in
did
the
not
future in
die,
different
right?
contexts.
Did he
No,
not?
The frog died.
I know you guys think the frog died. The frog did not die.
I don't
that
think
was
the
the whole
frog died.
joke. The joke was that
Yeah,
the frog
yeah.
didn't die. That made you think the frog
I
died.
think the frog died, and the joke was that the frog death looks exactly like the cream spinach.
She
So
thought
That's
it, was
it could be
Spanish, but it was
interpreted
frog.
either way.
Yeah, so I
It
guess
could be
neither-
interpreted
I
either
will
way.
It's open ended. Yeah.
I mean, it's like very technically
Ken.
open-ended. So like they show the frog, quote unquote, like run away. They
Yeah,
don't
Born
actually
Free.
show it. They play Born Free, and then you
he
hear
lets
the,
it go in the
and then you
parking
hear the
lot,
car,
though.
and then something like splash, and like it splatters, and then they all get covered in like this green and white fluid, and then the
I
chef
can't
lady
flush 'em
comes out and is like, "Who ran over my cream spinach?" And that's
Someone
the
ran
joke.
over a
Okay.
can of my cream spinach.
Why does
That's the joke.
the cook have cans of cream spinach when she was making it from scratch earlier?
Because she's canning it so she can sell it later on.
That's
Yeah,
a
she's
good
got a business.
question.
2 businesses.
No, she was going into the school with that cream spinach.
Oh wow!
I don't know. There's no.
Do you think she's using the school money to buy
knows?
cream spinach and then like turns
Maybe
around
she
and then
gives the
selling it for
makes it
kids.
for
profit?
Maybe she
cheaper?
gives the canned cream.
Like,
maybe
she
she gives
pockets
the canned
the
cream
shit?
spinach. She gives
That
the
could
canned
be.
cream
She
spinach to
pockets
the
it, bro.
kids,
No.
and then she makes the good stuff for family meal, and her and the other chick
And they-
eat that stuff.
Mm.
That's for
so
her.
So
she's
she
going
cooks
to
the family
get
meals
works.
in the cafeteria, yeah. And then takes them home.
Yeah.
Anyways, rating.
Yeah, Trevor gave it a 7.
Yeah, I echoed the
It
7.
was fine.
It was good. 7. I was thinking 7 before
Yeah.
Trev said it. I agree.
Damn, echoing a 7.
Thanks, man.
I'm gonna go 6.75 just to be different.
What?
Yeah, Jake's
I'm-
going lower than that, so get ready for
I'm
this
going.
one.
I'm going 6 out of 10.
Oh, straight
I'm
6.
not gonna go lower.
than
That's not
IMDb.
that low. It's not that low.
It's not. It's
Lower than IMDb.
That's
we were
alright.
just
But-
talking about
That's
how
alright.
we felt it didn't
No,
deserve
it's
that
a
lower
different.
Listen,
It's a
rating.
different scale.
But
IMDb is more.
it's a totally different
IMDb
scale.
says everything is
Also-
great.
It's not a great episode. It was fine.
No.
That's why we all gave it 7s or less. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Moving on to part
But
B.
I think that the
upperclassmen.
IMDb rating is harsh. I
It
still
is.
want to say the IMDb rating is harsh comparatively to the rest of the season.
Oh, yeah.
Or the rest of the episodes.
Yeah, you give
like it's
stuff
not that
6s all the
different.
time.
It's not that different.
Yeah.
But anyway, go ahead, Kirk. Sorry.
Yeah, upperclassmen this episode's about, which in this context refers to 8th graders. The top of the totem pole, the top of the pyramid of JKPMS are the 8th graders, obviously, the upperclassmen.
Yes.
They are all apparently douchebags.
Yep.
8th grade privilege is what they
Yeah,
say a
8th grade
lot.
privilege.
Did you guys
The name
ever
of
have
the,
anything
Eighth
like
grade
that
no,
in
privilege.
your
not the
school?
names.
Yeah.
Not in 8th grade.
Never
Maybe when
experienced anything like
maybe
that.
when we were seniors in high school, but not in 8th
I mean,
grade.
yeah,
Senior
but
privilege.
not in
yeah,
8th
yeah,
grade.
yeah. Definitely seniors of high school. Well, this is supposed to mirror
Oh,
high
yeah.
school. We said it numerous
That
times.
makes more sense. Yeah.
Okay.
We
it
said
does.
yeah,
it, we
I
said
guess
it
so.
last episode, but
I just feel like it's
I
like a
wasn't here.
recurring theme. I don't know. It's always
But I
this
will
is more
say
like high
that,
school than anything.
This is a big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of the things that was similar was this school, JKPMS, has an 8th grade area, and me and Ked's middle school
The
also
second floor.
had it was like upstairs on one of the sides of the buildings. It was predominantly 8th grade, almost all 8th grade. So it does kind of make sense that it's like a little bit separated.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah,
but
we
here
had the same thing. I mean, you can't mix them. That's fucking dangerous. Those are two completely different age groups, hormonal wise.
Yeah, dude,
but
people
in
get
high
crazy.
school, it was mixed like crazy. Our classes were everywhere.
Well, that's why high school is
Yeah.
a whole. Yeah, that's why it's crazy.
High school, they're like, fuck you. One class is over here, and then you have 5 minutes to walk to the
Yeah,
other
you
side
got
of
5
campus.
minutes to sprint across campus, you bastards. Hope you make
Good
it.
luck,
lol.
nerd. If you're late, you're fucked.
Yeah, hope your
Yeah.
teacher doesn't care about you being late.
Had one English
Other
teacher
friends
that
are
very
talking,
much
other
cared.
friends can go fuck themselves. Get to class.
We
What
had
were you
one
saying,
teacher
Trev?
that literally kids would be standing outside, chit-chatting, like outside of their classroom door. And if they didn't happen to walk in time, she slammed the door in their face.
Wow.
It's like, you are inside.
Wow.
It's like, what?
What a
Shit.
bitch.
What?
Trev,
Oh,
like
she
like
was.
the teacher from the Josh is Done episode,
Yeah.
who closed the door right as the timer went
Exactly
for the
like
exam.
that teacher.
Yep.
100%. Was that the same person? You had that actor as your teacher?
I did. Yeah, same person.
Oh shit.
No, I just was curious about the 8th grade thing with y'all because it's like, my 8th grade class, there was 12 of us in 8th grade.
Fuck.
And
Yeah, we went
Psychotic.
to a
Our
more
eighth,
traditional
like-
experience.
like the main big building had 5th through kindergarten. Or no, 5th through 1st, and kindergarten was in a separate building. And then 6th, 7th, and 8th, we all had like those portable buildings.
Classic portables.
And so we all had that, but then we would, like 6th, 7th, and 8th grade would rotate for one class. So like the 8th grade teacher that taught pretty much everything for 8th grade taught math for 6th and 7th. And then 7th grade teacher taught science for 7th and 8th as well. And that kind of thing. And then history was taught by the 6th grade teacher for all the other. So we rotated once, but
Man, that
otherwise
shit
we had a
makes
separate.
no sense.
I didn't follow
Right on.
it
Yeah,
at
we
all,
also-
but I know it's different than what I did, and I respect
You've
it.
gotten into this before. It's been like
I have.
The,
I couldn't remember.
the
Yeah,
middle
no,
school
you
way
have.
that- yeah, the way
Anyways,
that-
yeah. So we didn't really have the 8th grade privilege thing so much. It was just 8th
We're all
graders
God's
were bigger,
children here.
so like we tended to do better.
You're
Like
telling
whenever
me
we
you
played,
didn't
like,
bully kids that were in younger grades?
I didn't bully people. No,
I think you might have been a bully, Trevor.
I wasn't a bully.
That's a lie, and you know it, Trevor.
I could see that vibe. You're tall. You're strong. You've got farm strength.
Farm
I
strength.
did like when we played
The ranch.
like football at recess.
You've always
I
been tall.
I couldn't catch for. Yeah, I've always been tall.
He didn't say
I
anything about
had
the
to play-
coordination, Trev.
Me, Ked, and Kirk were short and
Catching
weak.
a football and running around is coordination. That's a different arena.
We were all categorically.
But
Ted
I
was
like
so
the
smart he
sports.
didn't even have to take gym classes. He was in gifted.
Yeah, I didn't do shit, bitch. They're like,
No, I
you
played
can think
basketball
for
in
an
8th
extra half
grade.
hour. It's like, thanks, teach.
Yeah, I was in the axe smelling locker room during that time. They were like,
Yeah, we
"Hey,
didn't have locker
average
rooms.
Jake, get in that classroom. Go do
Jake,
go
run
do gym."
some goddamn laps.
Try and make your body stronger.
I was like, "I can't
Oh,
do
that's
it, coach. It fucking
Do a pull up. I
stings.
can't do one. Do one. You're not letting go until
I was-
you do one.
Coach, please."
I did get bullied in 8th grade, but I was actually the biggest, like the tallest and the strongest in 8th grade, though.
How could you get bullied if you were the tallest and strongest?
I'm not a violent person.
They mentally bullied
They
you.
knew
They
he
were
was
like,
a
"You're a
pacifist.
bitch."
Yeah.
They would make fun of me. Yeah, I got
You
made
had like
fun
a
of
monk
bunch.
outfit on, and you were still. You were
Trev,
like,
why are you
"Please."
watching so much anime? And he's like, I don't know, man.
I didn't get into that until freshman year of
I
college.
know.
Why are you
I know.
watching
Nobody's
hentai
into
in
anime in
class?
like middle school.
A lot of people. Are you kidding? We had
I mean, in our
the one weird
in
kid.
2020,
The
I don't
Naruto
know.
runners, kid. The Naruto runners.
Naruto.
Yeah, we had
Got
one
Naruto.
Naruto runner in my middle school, and I didn't know what it was until
I
college.
guess
And I was like,
that was Naruto.
"That's
running.
what
I
he
do
was
remember that,
doing!"
yeah.
Like, what the fuck is
I
that
also
guy's
think
deal?
that the middle school anime was just like Dragon Ball Z. It was just DBZ. Like
it was Dragon Ball and Naruto.
Yeah.
and One Piece.
I don't remember. I remember.
Naruto.
Yeah.
When did Avatar? Is that high school? When does that come out?
Avatar: The Last Airbender came out when we were in middle school.
That was
still.
so
It came out in,
mainstream.
like,
So that's
No,
another
it's
one.
just more like
That's
a Nick
another
show.
one. Then.
Nah,
That's
Yeah, that
fair.
wasn't really
True,
anime.
true.
That was just
Yeah, yeah,
Nickelodeon.
Yeah, it's not anime. I mean, it is.
It is
but
anime.
It wasn't perceived
Ken,
as that. It's on
Trev,
Nickelodeon,
argument? Trev.
bro.
Trev,
That
Trev,
that's a
let's
whole
get into
debate.
it.
It's
No,
in the
we're not
style
having that
of, but not technically.
It'll take us an hour and a half.
Yeah.
If someone wants to call it an anime, I don't care. Call it an anime. But if you're going to get technical about it, it's not. But who cares? It's
We're not getting
same
technical
vein.
about it. Yeah, exactly.
Right off the bat,
I'll get technical.
the inverse of Upperclassmen is the Adopt a Fifth Grader program, which Ned throws himself into like an idiot.
Yep.
Basically, he's like, I'm going to help. I'm going to be a good guy. I'm going to take this fifth grader under my wing. I guess the fifth graders are shipped in because the elementary school is not attached to the middle school.
Yeah, they just came over. They
Right?
have buses. They have buses in this universe.
Yeah, they bust him over. The vice principal, which this episode, he's got a sick light purple, I want to say periwinkle colored suit
Yeah,
with
sweet
a
blazer.
dark
Not really a
fuchsia
suit, just a
t-shirt.
Yep. A blazer over a tee.
No, 'cause
with
the pants
some
match.
sunglasses on. Oh, true.
pants-
Yeah, the pants
yeah.
do match. Yeah, the pants are also the sick pink.
No, yeah.
Yeah.
So he's always got obviously the incredible Miami Vice.
He's
Style.
incredible Miami Vice ripoff. I love it. Love what he's doing.
But he shows up with a bunch of children, and this is where Ned meets Palmer Noyd, who's the redheaded fifth grader.
His last name was Noyd?
That's right. I have the subtitles on when I watch the videos, so I can see like what they say all the time.
Okay, I don't do that yet.
Palmer Noyd.
And his name is
That's a
Palmer
good call. I
Noyd,
should
like
do
as
that.
in the Noyd, like the what was it?
Annoyed?
The pizza Noyd. What was it? What pizza thing was that
I don't know.
in the 80s?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh.
Is this from other Ned's episodes?
It was the Domino's. It was the Domino's like mascot for a long time in the 80s.
Oh,
it was
right.
A stop motion creature called
That
the
thing with the
Noyd.
weird nose?
He's got a nose. He's got ears.
I vaguely remember. Didn't they have to get rid of it because it was like too weird or
It was
creepy
anti-Semitic.
or people? Oh, it was anti-Semitic.
No, I'm joking. I don't.
I'm just looking it
I
up.
know there's the the McDonald's moon guy that they had to get rid of because it looked
They
too
had
much
a
like
moon
a KKK. They had I think it was McDonald's had a moon like headed man. They looked too much like a KKK member, so they had to get rid of it.
So I googled
Moon.
Palmer Noyd by accident, not like trying to do the Domino's thing at all, and it just came up with a bunch of Ned stuff. So that does work.
Oh, his name's Mac Tonight.
yeah, Mac Tonight. They had to get rid of him because
like Mac the Knife, Mac Tonight. And he's like a
Maybe.
nighttime. He's a nighttime radio DJ.
You talking
weird.
about the guy that became like a white supremacist symbol?
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
He looked
He might
exactly
have,
like a
'cause
KKK
like
member,
Trevor
so they had
was
to get
saying.
rid of him.
Oh shit.
Because we're talking about the Domino's
Yeah,
noise.
he's just a.
Oh.
Because Palmer Noyd. Noyd
He's
is
wearing
his
a
last
white.
name of the fifth grader.
I guess the Noid was anti-Semitic, so they had to get
No,
rid of him.
no, he wasn't.
What?
That was a joke. I was fucking.
Oh, that was a
Yeah,
joke?
was-
I thought-
yeah. They was anti-Semitic.
I don't know. That's what I didn't realize that it was a joke because I was thinking along the same lines as the night guy. So
No, but yeah, Palmer Noyd's a bastard. Ned gets stuck
yes,
with the shitty
Palmer
fifth
Noyd
grader.
sucks.
Mm-hmm. Classic arc. They stick him with the shitty one, and then they run away.
Yeah.
Yep.
They're like, you'd have that book thing of tips, right? You help
yeah,
him.
yeah.
This
Fix
is-
him. Please
This is
fix.
yours now.
But also,
Yeah.
for some reason, classical music just
Well, that's
Oh, we're-
well,
puts
that's
this kid
way
into
We're
later.
not there yet.
trance.
Well, that's way
Yeah,
later.
Not a
wanna
lot
say-
happens this second
I
half
will agree
episode.
with that. Not a whole lot happens. I was just about to say, I feel like
Yeah.
I laughed a good amount, but I don't know if I was laughing like with the show or at the show.
yeah.
Like,
It was just a little
Yeah.
ridiculous.
You
The
know?
whole thing. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
one thing
this-
unrelated to that happens is Vanessa shows up. Vanessa, Cookie's love interest of the episode, an eighth
Yep.
grade
Oh, right.
seductress that has Cookie's heart.
Yeah. Cookie has the best arc.
And Cookie
Yes.
is
Yeah.
pretending to be a
she seemed nice.
eighth grader because he's in eighth grade math,
Yeah.
I guess.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
he's
Yeah,
in
he
eighth grade
is.
math.
He's got the Soviet Russian / Eastern German teacher.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's eighth grade math.
Right,
Yeah.
yes. And yeah, so he's in eighth grade math with this girl and pretending to be an eighth grader. And lies to her to try and get her to go out with him.
Mm-hmm.
Which bad
works.
plan.
What?
What?
Did I say good plan or bad
You said
plan?
Bad plan.
You said
no,
bad
it was
plan.
It was a bad plan.
Yeah, it was a bad plan.
Shit
I think it was a
worked.
bad-
Mose said it. Yeah, Mose.
It
said
does
it.
work.
It almost
Shit,
worked.
shit
Mose
can
always
figure it
has
out.
her shit together, man.
Yeah, but then he says that they make a deal that he could win her
You're
back.
right. You're right. It allowed him
So
to
what are you
get closer.
talking about? Shit
You're right.
works.
It did work. It allowed him to get closer to her, to charm him.
Yeah, but
because
Moses'
his
point
You
was
guys
it
are
wouldn't-
cookie
It
haters.
wouldn't matter. He didn't have
No.
to do that. He didn't have to lie. She doesn't
Yeah, he
care.
didn't
that
have
he's
to
in
do
7th
it.
grade. Are you kidding me?
That's true.
What?
That's
That's
true.
the whole
He didn't
point.
have to lie. He didn't have to lie.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair. Hey, whoa,
Hey, whoa, back
calm
up.
down.
What if I
Back
told
up.
you I'm in
Hey.
7th grade?
It like barely works, but if he hadn't done it, it would have been better.
He goes,
But-
I'm a little
but
chick. I'm a
I will
little-
say
I'm
a
little
big-
He
boy.
gets his foot in the
Capital-
door for sure, man.
No, exactly. Yeah, capital B. But if he didn't do that, if he would have said from the get go he was in 7th grade, she wouldn't have talked to him for sure.
No, she's a
Would've
nice.
never
Fine. If
talked
he
to him.
had,
She's a nice. She's
if
a
he had
nice
gotten
lady.
talking to her and then was like
Okay.
before
You
this
don't
goes
say
on,
it right
I
off
gotta-
the bat.
Yeah, you admit
I
it
think
a
you
little later.
You definitely don't open.
I think it's
You
more
don't open
impressive
with
than
it.
anything. It's like, yeah, I'm a 7th grader. It's like, you're in 8th grade math with me? Hell yeah, I am. What up?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm smart as shit.
I'm a little boy.
But at the same time, it's just middle school math, so lol, not hard.
Yeah.
I need you
Not
to
even in
so-
calc yet.
I need you to
Fuck,
show me the
Cal.
ropes because I'm just a little boy.
I'm just. Oh, that's
just a
no.
Oh God. You know what?
Now we're
Kirk?
getting into
It's just
Kirk,
one
cut
year.
your mic-
It's only 1 year difference.
Cut your
Come
mic
on, guys.
feed. Cut your
Come
mic
on, guys.
feed, dude.
Come on, guys.
Stay
We're
with
getting
me.
into the
Stay with me.
RR
This is what.
stuff.
This is another
I
question.
liked it.
This
I
would.
liked
Hey, this leads to another question. What is the age difference between an 8th grader and a 7th grader?
1 year.
It's 1 year. What do you mean?
But what is the age?
Well,
What's the age?
Like 13, 14.
Depending.
It's
1 to 2.
It's 13 and 14.
Who gives a fuck then?
Yeah.
Right? I don't know.
Right? Like 7th graders
To be
is,
fair-
is 12 and 13, and then 8th grade is 13, 14, 9th grade 14, 15, because that's when you
Dude,
get
it's
licensed.
big in school,
That
dog.
makes
Usually.
sense. That makes sense.
I mean, I had my learner's permit when I was in high school, my freshman year of high school.
I didn't get it till 10th grade. Luckily, we had Jess, who got his straight away. Had the
I
dope
didn't get
Hell
it until
yeah,
I was sort of-
Jess.
I
Mazda
was
3
like-
hashtag summer of Jess.
Well, because I didn't
like
turn.
freaking 17
I didn't
or
turn
18.
until later. Yeah. So, yeah. Bless up, Jess, for being so old.
Bless up.
I was the Jess of my friend group because I was the one that got a car first.
Every friend group needs one, and I appreciate you for being yours.
Also, everybody in the audience, tag Jesse on Instagram and our post so he'll get on the podcast.
Yeah,
we got it
generally
on.
Because
tag,
we
tag
recently
your driver.
we recently saw in a Snapchat that Jesse was watching Ned's Declassified
yeah, he
just
was.
on his own.
Yep, on his own.
And
He
I
knows
told
about
him
the
join the pod.
Yeah.
Get on the pod, brother, and he said nothing.
He'll get on.
I
We
think
we
he's
got a good.
mic
We've got
shy.
promo picks for him. We've got promo picks for him.
We got promo pics.
But
One thing that
also-
Pomanoid does throughout the episode is he picks people's lockers. He opens the lockers and rifles through shit.
I would not say picks. I would say crowbars.
He crowbars them
Yeah, it
open.
was crowbar.
He
That
uses
is not
brute
picking.
force.
Yeah, he does.
Strong.
No
as
not
way,
shit.
hacking
no
it like
way
Cook.
he's strong enough. No way strong
No.
enough.
He's just got the
absolutely not.
tools. You just need a little
Yeah, he
leverage.
works
yeah,
smart.
crowbar,
He works
some body
smart, not
weight.
hard.
Yeah,
Where'd he get that crowbar?
He brought it in.
his parents
In
are
his
probably
backpack.
bastards. You think his parents give a shit? How do you get that?
You
fucked
think
up?
that there's metal
I
detectors
guess so.
How
at
do you get that
KPMS?
fucked up?
He was a real
Some metal
bastard child,
detectors.
dude. His parents were totally giving him all. They're not caring. He just stayed from home.
Oh, his parents are a
Yeah.
mess.
That's what I'm
No,
saying.
but his parents wanted to send him to private school. Remember?
Yeah, because
Probably
he's
because he's
a
fucked up.
bastard.
That's
yeah,
what
they're
they
just
told
rich. They're
him.
like, we don't care.
Doggy, they don't. His parents don't know what they're saying.
Trevor, it's like
His parents are
why
just
they brought
talking.
you to private school, dude, because you were a bastard, so they
You
had
were
to
a
cure
bastard,
you.
so they shipped you off, dog. You know it.
That's one scenario. That is one possible scenario, that he's inherently a bastard and he needs to be sent to private school by his parents. Another possible scenario,
Inherently
his
a
parents
bastard.
absolutely.
Are we talking about Palmer still, or
We're
are
talking
you
about
still talking
Pomanoid.
about me?
No, we're talking about
We're talking about
Pomanoid.
you, dude. Oh.
Another possible scenario is Pomanoid's parents are very absent, or maybe kind of fuck ups themselves, and he's like being told lies about private school. Like private school is not happening, but he thinks it might be. That's just something he's saying.
You need to join the
He's a
youth, Palmer.
It becomes like a sad.
You'd be a great
story
asset to the
at
youth.
that point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My parents are shipping me off to military school.
I
My
believe
parents
it.
are crack
The
at
kid
it.
needs some structure.
My parents.
I'm a
Oh,
fetal
damn.
alcohol syndrome baby.
Oh, God,
no.
Jesus Christ.
He goes, I got his
Good.
cheese and pants. One of the things that Pomanoid likes to do is he
Oh,
likes to steal
no.
people's pants and other articles of clothing.
Oh.
Sometimes all
Man,
of their clothes.
cut out right when the joke was about to hit.
I was gonna say, I think we lost Kirk.
It's alright.
Right on, brother.
Yeah, Aaron, good joke.
Pominoid.
Palmer
Always stealing clothes.
He's back. It's just Palmernoid.
Yo, Kirk,
I was just
cut
getting,
out, restart
yeah,
it.
no, I know. I was just getting into how Pominoid always is stealing people's cheese and clothes and other articles of clothing. Sometimes,
he says
sometimes
cheese
all
in
of
a
their
lot.
clothing.
Yep.
Yeah, he's a little fucker, dude.
Sometimes
And
he
the
violates
Cheez-It thing was
people.
weird. I
very
don't know
weird.
why he kept saying I cheesed it.
Yeah, I cheesed his.
I didn't like that. I didn't like it. I didn't.
No,
like
because
it.
that
The
would be
cheese
somewhat
is-
appropriate. He
pretty
was
funny.
saying, "Yeah, I took his cheese in pants."
No, that's
like,
what he
like
said.
it was a
Yeah,
Or I
took
got his
right.
cheese
It was
in
like a
half.
replacement for
I got
cursing.
his cheese too. Like
got
I don't
his
know what
cheese
his
and clothes.
I don't know what cheese. Yeah.
I got the cheese.
Now,
I mean, I
cheesed
feel
his
like in
pants
middle
would be
school,
hilarious.
I was already cursing like a sailor.
Well, let's get into. You were talking about the
I
nuns.
wasn't. Not till high
The
school.
nuns that live next to your parents. We used to just go
I
home
was
after
just
high
thinking
school,
about
ninth
that.
grade.
I was
10th
thinking
grade.
about that earlier.
Yeah, and we would just scream obscenities, running around your house.
I was like, I
Well-
forgot you live next to nuns, and then my brain immediately went to the shit that we would yell like playing Foursquare, like just.
They didn't hear it.
We
No
were just-
way.
They totally
I
did,
thought-
and they were
I thought
praying
we
for
said
your
I
soul.
thought they said they complained.
Oh, I'm sure
No,
they
they
did.
never complained.
No, they were always good people.
Oh,
No,
okay.
they're great neighbors.
They knew.
They're
The
nuns.
house always smells like fantastic food. They have a dope garden, and they never complain about anything. They're the
No,
best.
they're great. Yeah, they are
Good,
great.
good.
They were always nice.
Yeah, props to them. They never bothered
definitely-
us. Sometimes
we
had to
definitely
get-
yelled.
Sometimes we had to get the ball out of the
We had
yard.
to go to
We'd
their
just
yard
get it.
a surprising amount.
Yeah, we go. I mean, they knew us. Like they still live there. They've lived there for so long. They love my dad because he's always like building shit for him, like shrines
Hell
and
yeah.
stuff. And I used to cut their grass like all the time. So I mean, we were good fam. You know,
Good
we knew-
relationship
We
with
were
the
good
neighbors,
friends.
yeah.
Yeah, good relationship.
You are a good, wholesome, God-fearing family, and they
Exactly.
appreciated that.
Let me help
Well,
you
I
build
don't know
a
about
shrine. You
that.
need some marble?
He tiled it for him.
Yeah, hell
They
yeah.
were like,
That
you know
sounds
anyone
about
that knows
right.
how to tile?
That's
And,
good
and my
shit.
dad was like, yeah, I mean, I could do it.
Yeah, you
It's
know
easy."
anyone who knows how to tile? He's like, well, yeah, this is a project that I can do. This sounds great.
Yeah, they loved
I
it.
need something to do this weekend.
Can't say
What-
no to nuns.
Yeah.
The thing that
True.
Ned uses to scare off the idea of private school to Pominoid is
No, the idea
bullies.
of not going to private school.
The idea he's like no you don't want to go. No, he says
Here.
you do want to go to private school. You don't want to go here. Here we have bullies. Look at them. But there's probably bullies in private school, right?
There's bullies everywhere.
Trevor,
There's
would you
always
say the
bullies.
bullies were better or worse in private school
What
compared
does
to
he
your
have to
high school
compare it to?
experience?
I didn't
His high
actually
school was
really-
public. High school was
Okay.
public.
Okay.
Yeah, I went to a public high school. I didn't really get bullied in high school.
You were a
There's,
bully,
about-
right?
there's too many people for anybody to care about
And to
anyone
be
else, in my
fair,
opinion.
I barely got bullied in middle school. Also, like I only had to I got into a very brief fight because these
Oh,
twins
fuck.
kept picking on me for
What?
months, and I literally
Twin dudes or
Compl-
twin girls?
guys,
Okay.
and like to the point that my parents went and told the teachers you need to do something about this or we can't be held responsible for what he does.
Oh shit,
And-
Jerry coming through.
He brings a
That
knife.
was
Jerry
mom.
Ginge.
No,
My
that was
son brings
Ginger.
a
Oh, that was
90%.
Ginge.
No, I
You know
didn't
this
do
is
that.
registered as a lethal
No,
weapon.
and it was very brief. It was just I think I punched both of them real quick, and then all three of us got detention.
You
Finally got
punched a guy?
detention.
Holy shit.
Two guys. I almost punched my friend too because I was in the rage and he came up behind me and I almost punched him.
I stabbed
around
one
and
of them in the
whack.
kidney with a shiv that I made out of a toothbrush.
He's
But
got
that was the
a
only time
pencil,
I
real
ever got
sharp.
into a fight, and it didn't even count as a fight.
That's crazy. That counts. That counts for sure. You punched someone in the face.
But that was the worst it ever got, and that was in
Yeah,
middle
I'd
school
crowd
from
around
them picking
that.
on
I'd
me
be
for
like, "Yo, what's
months.
going on?"
And that was private school.
Yeah, that was private school.
There
Public
you go.
school,
Real shit.
there was assholes, but I was just with my group of friends,
Yeah,
and that was about
that's
it.
what I was saying. I think there's too many people. In
It
high
never
school.
came to blows.
Nah, some other people got in fights and stuff, but that was because some girl slept with another girl's boyfriend, so
Oh,
that
shit.
girl's friend went and beat the shit out of her,
Damn.
knocked one of her front teeth out.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
Yeah,
that's good.
took the binder. The girl was using a binder to block her face
oh,
and
just
leave names
smashed
out.
it in.
And no, she took it from her and started beating her.
Oh,
with it.
she just grabbed it out. Wow.
I need
I walked past this fight, didn't see it. My buddy
I
watched
need
the whole
this.
thing, and he told me all about it.
Wow.
And I was like, dang.
He's like, yo,
Oh, that was
Trev, you
crazy.
fucked up, son. You missed out.
Yo,
on
Trev, you missed the fucking fight of the century,
No,
dog.
I saw a fight, dude. This was like, I think, freshman or sophomore year, so I was still new, and I was like, nope, keep going, get away, don't look at it.
No, you have
Walk
to
away.
stop and look. You're not
You
going
got
to get in
your
trouble
hand-
Dude,
for
I'm
walking.
checking out
Hand up over
every
the one
single.
eye.
It wasn't
if
about
I see people
getting in
running
trouble for-
across, I know there's a fight. I'm running that direction. I want to see it before it ends. You know, I was always looking.
Yeah,
at
only-
I'll be late to class.
I would
Listen,
Oh
we've
yeah,
talked-
dude. I don't give a shit about being late to class. That never mattered.
No.
I overseeing a fight. I was
wasn't-
going to the fight every time. I was always looking out for that.
I only
Listen.
ever caught the end of fights. I think
Yeah,
we've
well,
talked
that's-
Yeah,
about
I
that-
agree with that. I also only
Well,
caught
they're
the
always
end of
too
fights.
fast. You got to be there. You know, you got to
Yeah.
be like.
They
There's a
do-
handful of times I remember you got to be right place, right time.
You got to be there for the
Insane.
There was a couple of
escalation.
times though. I
Like,
was
you gotta
right
be there
place,
for the
right
whole
time.
thing from A to B. Otherwise, you miss
yeah,
it.
yeah. Because you see the context, you're like, some shit's about to go down. Then you just see it go down. You're like, oh shit! And then before you know it, I mean, front row seat to the thing that Jake is just walking up to see when it finishes. You know, but you saw the whole thing. That kind
Yeah,
of.
I don't see shit.
And then you tell
See,
him,
I
and
didn't.
then
See,
you know,
I think I saw the end of like a couple of fights. Like by my senior year, I finally was like, all right, I'm not gonna run away from this fight, but like if I'm walking past, I'll take a glance.
Oh yeah,
I'll take a
that
glance.
was the exact opposite.
I'll take
of
a
that.
quick peek and
Take a
We
peek.
treat it like
Yeah.
cleavage.
Huh?
Seinfeld.
Don't let him see you
that
look at
didn't
it.
ever.
Like
But
the
no,
sun.
Pasco High was
You
a
look at
rough
it like the
place,
sun.
man. That
Pasco
was
High.
my high school was a rough high school. Like all the other high schools were afraid of us because of like they thought we were gonna like stab somebody or something.
Those guys
Jesus
are wild.
Christ.
That
What was
is
your high
wild.
school mascot?
We did bring up the knife, so I
pirate.
mean, I guess everybody
I was a
thought
pirate.
Yeah, we were the Pasco Pirates.
Go Canes, buddy.
that. Cane up.
We did really good
Cane
in
up.
football.
Yeah, you walk onto the field, you go, we are the captain now.
We are the captain.
We did really poorly in football, but really well at everything else.
Yeah.
We did pretty good at most of our sports. Up until we got to like football, we would like either get to or almost get to state every year I was at that high school. But
Were you on the team?
No, absolutely not.
Kicker?
I played golf.
What?
The Pasco,
I played.
You're the Pasco Somalian Pirates. That's what
Like,
What the fuck?
Hell yeah, dude.
It's such a
just
such a modern
Kidnap the other team and
Mascot.
hold them for ransom. Hold the
that'd
dub
be
for
so-
ransom.
Oh, that'd been amazing if someone had
Get
made
back
that
if you
joke.
declare us the dub.
declares the dub.
We like once we got to states though, then we would like tank and suck.
Damn,
Rip.
But-
just choked.
That's pretty tough.
So that's
we were
where the
good for our
Trevor jokes
region.
come from.
Yep.
In,
Yeah, if
in
you guys
golf,
don't
where-
know, Trevor traditionally chokes in games that we play. Almost every
Oh,
game.
nice.
Really, almost
Trevor,
every game.
thoughts?
It's most drastic in golf with your friends, but
Yeah.
Trevor,
apparently
thoughts?
it is pervasive.
I mean, it happens.
You'll lead until the last hole.
Yeah, and then I'll just choke hard and not
Like you'll be gunning for him, and you're like, I don't gotta worry. I just gotta keep playing my game.
Yeah, I'll keep hitting
As long-
par, maybe
if
a
you're
birdie.
consistent, you'll probably beat me because I do like really good, like real low, and then just a couple of like 15s
Yeah.
right at the end, just kill me.
So I guess
Speaking of golf with your
Yeah.
friends, guys, make sure you join the Harbor Boys Discord server where we play our weekly Golf with Your Friends games. Look out for that.
community golf.
I will not be there. I will not be there ever.
Kirk
Are
does
we
not have the
starting a Discord
hardware.
server?
No, it doesn't exist.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's
Oh,
no
okay.
Discord
In
server.
fact, I'm canceling the event.
We'll do it out of. It'll be in the Kirk Memorial Golf Weekly Fun Times to donate towards Kirk.
You know,
If
one
there,
thing-
was,
Hardware.
if there was enough attention,
Twitch.
I'd open a Discord for sure.
Oh,
If
yeah.
there was
one
enough
thing that
It'll be a good time.
I want to address from this episode is that Pomanoid continually does things and then Ned gets blamed for them. Like, for example,
Yes.
he takes Sweeney's pants, and then Sweeney gets mad at Ned. He takes other people's pants. They get mad at Ned.
Did Sweeney get mad at Ned?
Yes.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he said "Big B" from the
Yeah,
from the
he
other
was
room.
like, "Oh, you
Oh,
don't
I
like
didn't
that
actually
teacher?
hear
I'm gonna
that.
fuck with him." And then he goes fucks with him, and he's
Where he
like,
comes
"Big
out
B,
in
you
his
son of a
boxers, and then
bitch."
everybody makes fun of him.
That's where I was pissed. Where it made I think the least amount of sense.
Well, to me, that's where I go, okay, well, Pomanoid is clearly a figment of Ned's imagination. It's like a Fight Club sort of a thing.
okay, yeah, I
That's
can see
good.
I
that.
mean, if he never shows up again, then I would believe
That's
that.
really
He
good.
never, no, for sure, this is the only episode he's in.
Yeah, he never shows up again. Also, he doesn't go to the school next year. I'm pretty sure. Like when they go into 8th grade, he doesn't enter 6th grade.
I don't remember him showing up again.
It's like fucking Fight Club,
yeah.
dog. That's good.
Because everyone hated
really
him.
Good.
They hated him for being
also, we do know that
10.
Ned has brain trauma from the previous episode. Ked and
true.
Kirk, you can attest to this. He has brain trauma from the...
He has hallucinations. He has
Yep.
problems with hallucinations.
helmet thing was called.
Recurring problems with hallucinations. Schizophrenia.
So definitely possible.
Okay, I was not aware of this. I don't...
Yeah, Abe Lincoln and Benedict Arnold come and be on his shoulders when he has moral dilemmas.
Oh, right. I
Yeah.
remember
You got
that.
a crew, yeah.
And they said that was because of the what the fuck was it called? The Cram Master, right? Cram Master.
Yeah.
that
The
he got
Cram
mixed
Master
up
left
with.
lingering mental damage on Ned's
Yeah, so they fucked
cortex.
up his mental a little bit.
One
his
of
psyche.
Cook's sick
Yeah,
experiments.
they experimented with Ned, so he's got problems for the rest of the series. Yep,
Yeah.
like Vietnam flashback type shit.
Exactly.
So this is the start of like the Homer Simpson is a coma theory. Is right here. Is that like half of the show is going to be in Ned's imagination?
yes,
basically.
there's very similar things in the Nediverse
Gets wackier.
Alright.
or whatever you want to call it.
But yeah, so this
and then
episode derailed.
Moses
This episode
being
wasn't
used-
very good. So
Yeah.
I mean,
I don't think it was either. I mean, I have
that's
honestly
why we just
nothing
haven't
to
been
say
talking
about
about it. I don't want to go over
Exactly.
the rest of it. We've gone, it's an hour, over an hour, just not talking about it because it's not very good. It wasn't a good
That's true.
episode.
This is
True.
I think our longest net ep already.
Yeah, probably. And it just comes when we're talking about other stuff. Because the second one, I mean, the first one was pretty good, right? 7, 6.
No.
It was better than this.
Gave it a 6.
What are you gonna give this if that one was a 6? This one was
Yeah,
clearly
no,
the weak
I mean,
point,
you're
you
gonna
know?
see what my rating is, my
Yeah,
dude.
I fucking will.
I'll
I'm drumming up
I'll
hype.
give this.
Are we
I'll give
rating
this
already?
one like a
Whoa, whoa,
6,
whoa.
I guess.
We didn't finish talking about it already.
You
Trevor-
said you're giving it a 6. I figured.
Trevor is
You
blowing
guys said
his
you were
rating
done.
load
You guys said I
immediately.
tried. You guys said we were
As soon
done,
as
so
we
I
give
just thought we
Trevor
were
the
done.
get-go to blow his rating load, he's
There's
fucking
a
spits it
couple
out.
of things. There's a couple.
I
of things.
tried to start him up, and you guys cut me off, so I
Listen,
thought we were done.
Jock Goldman, believe it or not,
Yeah, we
that's
didn't say his name yet, even.
Jock
So,
Goldman.
I was
he
trying to
Trevor
get
did.
there.
Just give it a 6 while we were angry that you were blowing your rating load. A 6.
Yeah, Trevor already rated it,
a hard
by the way,
6.
Kirk.
Yeah, Trevor.
I thought Ken
Trevor-
did before I did.
I
No,
would
he didn't
never
say
do
shit.
that. I would never do that.
I
Trevor.
heard a 6.
I'm not gonna.
I heard a
That's
6.
fine.
I'm not just
I'm
gonna
gonna wait. I'm
shout
gonna
out
hold
a
off.
rating.
I'm gonna hold off because that's the format.
Bleep that out.
Trevor
I'm gonna
said
bleep
a
that out
6
on my
and he
own so no one
dropped.
hears
He's-
it.
He's done talking about it. You gave it a 6.
I give it a boo.
Did you guys talk about the tip, be aware of upperclassmen tradition?
No, we said that the episode
No.
wasn't very good.
We-
We stopped talking about it.
We stopped
done.
talking.
Yeah, and then you guys got yelling
We
at me for
derailed
not
because
wanting
it just wasn't a very good episode, so there's not a ton to talk about. That's like,
It's
you know.
not
Listen,
great.
Jock Goldman is a real bastard. That's all I have to say. Jock Goldman is a cunt.
And that's
I
when
hate him.
when Trevor spat out that he was giving it a 6 because I was shitting on the episode.
Which I want to say not a weak enough rating. Uh-oh.
If you really want to give it a weak rating, a 6, that's really the best you can do, buddy. Come on.
That's the best you can do.
I laughed. What can I say? I laughed.
That's true.
I did laugh,
Okay.
but I don't know what I was laughing at. You know.
I was laughing at the camaraderie.
I can't beep out Ked's audio. I can only beep out mine, unfortunately.
I'm yelling it because you said it.
There's an
Kirk,
upperclassmen
go ahead.
tradition where you're not supposed to step on the wolf on the floor. There's like a tile wolf.
Which
I
is
guess.
dumb because it's in the middle of a crosswalk.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like, it's on
there's
the floor.
no way,
Yeah.
no way that's an actual tradition because you just wouldn't be able to avoid
Yeah,
it.
some bullshit traditions.
And then we see Cook use a grappling gun to get up to the second floor because he has to get into the 8th grade area without being seen.
Speaking of traditions,
Yeah.
did you guys have any traditions in? I mean, we went to the same high school except for Trevor. But I don't remember any traditions. Trevor, did you guys have any bizarre traditions as 8th graders / seniors? I guess if we want to translate it to that.
Tradition.
To me, the only
Huh.
traditions that I can think of are like the UF like traditions.
Yeah.
Because they.
I mean, we
force
had
it
like
on
the
them.
senior prank thing,
Almost.
like where the seniors would always
No,
like,
that's
pull
normal.
a prank.
No.
That's true. That's true. That is a thing, though. That's a thing. And then
Yeah,
like
sure.
70s decades, they all. It's just homecoming week is what is
Yeah.
what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, like specific to our school.
Yeah,
I
not
can't
really like these, huh?
Can't really think of anything like that. Like nothing like don't touch this thing or don't do this thing. No, not really. Not that I can think of. Maybe someone else from I kind of hated high school, so I don't remember a lot of it.
Nah,
No,
dude,
it's
it was
all good.
sick.
I just wanted to see if you had anything
Not off the top of my head.
I don't know how like prominent this type of thing is, honestly. Like, I mean, it just these bizarre traditions that don't go across every school, where it's like what you guys were saying, like the homecoming week slash.
You know what's not a thing is
other stuff.
7th graders hanging out with 5th graders. I feel like, right? That's like seems weird.
Yeah.
Nah, there's like shadows.
7th graders have nothing to
they
teach
do
you. They
shadowing.
have nothing to teach you.
No, they do shadowing things.
If anything, you
Wasn't
would
that
give it to
8th
an
graders
8th
though,
grader.
Ked?
Doesn't matter. It
8th
was still
graders
an up.
shadow
I mean,
fit.
you really gonna criticize the show for having a story? I don't know.
Yeah, I absolutely will.
happens.
I
I guess it
absolutely
happens.
100%
I guess it
will.
You can
happens.
bend it a grade for a storyline, right? I don't know.
I'm docking a
nitpicky.
point just for that.
Yeah.
I'm docking a point just for that.
Yeah, so
I'll do
basically
it.
Cook goes, oh, that science test was hard. And then she's like, well, you just came out of the English classroom, you fucking liar. And then he's like, yeah, shit. I'm a 7th grader.
He also
Well,
broke
also
into
the
someone's
bunny
locker. Yeah.
Yeah, the other chick whose locker it was that he rips these bunnies out of because he goes, my locker's 259 lying. And then obviously that's someone's locker.
That part was pretty funny, though, the
Yeah,
fake laugh that he
Yeah,
does.
yeah, no, the
or not
scream.
fake laugh, fake
He
scream.
opened his mouth and it was like a girl
Right.
scream, and everyone was like, "Wait, did he
Super
do that?"
high
And
pitch.
he like did it again, and she did it again, and then the girl pops up from behind him. That was pretty.
Yeah,
funny.
she goes,
It's like, you took the bunny. It's like,
There's always
that's kinda
clever
weird that you have it.
camera work in this show, man.
Mose was set up, and that's the F. Am I wrong?
no.
You're not
Yeah.
wrong. No, she was used to make another girl jealous by Jockman.
Yeah, Jock.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Jockman.
Oh, and then the shit kid.
Did we
took
talk
all
about
of
Did we
Jockman's
talk about the
clothes.
Mose arc at all up until now?
No, not
I
at all.
tried.
I mentioned it a second.
Okay.
You know.
Mose wants the love of Jockman, of Jock Goldman.
It's not Jockman.
His name's Gold Jockman. No.
Jock
Jock
Goldman.
Goldman.
Jock Goldman.
Jock Goldman. How old is he?
That makes sense. That makes sense.
How old is he now? What year was he born?
Yeah, they did. I think, to be fair, Ked, to
Oh
be
my
fair,
God.
I think they were trying to really show the drastic difference.
I'll
between
tell
the
you
two
what.
grades.
I'll tell you what.
I mean-
Lindsay Shaw, born 89. So. Yep. Yeah. That's a
That is a
fucking
lot.
lot. It's 2 whole high school careers.
It's like fucking Grease with the 30-year-olds.
Yeah.
Yes. So that's the app, I guess.
Kirk, you usually have a couple of...
I mean,
What else
like,
did we miss?
Trevor was getting into the fact that Noid is taken aback by music. He's calmed by music, and so I don't know
Yeah.
if that's like he's got ADHD or something, or maybe he's like
He's got something wrong.
he's on the spectrum. I don't know. He is mesmerized by the classical music coming from the band room, and so Ned just kind of puts. I think he gets a CD player, right, and just plays that music for him.
Yeah.
And keeps him calm.
And then the battery dies and it doesn't work anymore.
yeah, then he goes to hell. There's a part where Palmer
He goes to hell. What?
he jacks he opens like a whole row of lockers and is like taking everything out of all of them.
Yeah.
He's just the worst.
That also.
And then
He's a horrible kid.
and
but
then
Ned uses
Ned
him
is
for
like,
good.
"Oh, I have to resign myself. It's just this is how it is. This is my life now." How does it actually get resolved? What happens to Palmer? Does he get taken away at the end?
No, remember Ned uses him for good and uses him to steal all of Jock Goldman's clothes.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah, that's
that's how it
right.
ends.
That's right. Yeah, and then we
And
see
what
Jock
does
is-
it say? It says Nerd Goldman or some shit on him. Yeah.
Doink Goldman.
Yeah.
Sorry, I closed my notebook already. I was done.
And
with
he's using
Pink
the weird
Goldman.
pink elephant to cover up his stuff.
Dork.
Listen,
He's a nerd.
I'm gonna give it a 5 out of 10.
Hmm.
Weak app. It's such a stark turn from in the beginning where we're like, come on.
Yeah,
I'm keeping my 6.
I'll match you 5. I'll match you at 5.
You're gonna. Oh shit, Ked.
My lowest rating for sure.
Mine too. My lowest. Wait, why did we talk shit in the beginning? Why did we talk shit in the beginning then?
What do you mean?
Well, I mean talk shit like we were saying we disagree with the ratings, but my average rating would be 5.5 if I go a 6
No,
and a 5.
I didn't think it was a great episode, Pear.
I'm keeping my 6 because I still laughed. I thought it was funny at times.
Okay.
So it wasn't great, but I thought it was all right.
Yeah, that's usually what does it. Honestly, I come up with my ratings, my pure rating, after I talk about it.
Yeah. Weak.
Yeah, I could see that.
It makes a lot of sense.
It is weird that people went out of their way to do it, though.
Only 64 people, though.
The negative voices are almost always more prominent.
That is true.
I'm going to throw it a rating.
But yeah, that's... Oh, no.
I feel like I got to go in and give it a 10 just to try and...
Don't do it, Trevor.
No, I gave it a 6 average.
But that's pretty much the episode. Thank you guys for hopping on the pod so we could finally do this 4-man ep. It was great.
Yeah, the quad pod.
Glad to be here. Glad to come back.
Legendary quad pod.
I bet we'll have another one.
Woo.
Hopefully we have more in the future. I would love to also expand it into a 5-man or a 6-man. Get it kind of fucking wacky.
I think that would have a lot more talking over each other than this one already did.
Listen,
did good
talking over, it's just going to happen. We're all in separate locations. The latency issue, like, what can you do?
Maybe some of us can be in the same place.
That's definitely doable.
It is possible.
As long as we get Jess.
Yeah.
That's true. Would love to have a Jess voice on the pod. He watches it on his own. He's got to love it. But yeah, thank you guys so much for listening. Let us know what you think of the episode, of the worst rated episode on IMDb. Maybe you have different opinions than us. Maybe you fucking loved it. Make your voice heard on IMDb.
Yes.
And in the comments.
Yeah, and in the
Contribute.
comments.
Yes,
It's
all for you, Nedheads.
It is. Thank you, Nedheads, for listening. And we'll catch you guys for the next Neg Pod. And peace out.
In guide,
Bye.
we trust.